It's your boy Dre. Welcome to the Dreamaker Podcast. And I got a little surprise for y'all today. So I want you to pay very close attention. Lock in because I'm gonna take you right into the future. Right? I got a brother here who is literally living in the future. And for those of you who don't know who I'm talking about, I'm gonna introduce him a few. But I'm going to make sure I get right into the midst of this conversation to make sure you are fully immersed and locked all the way in. For my wolf pack, get ready, take notes. And another thing, if you like my podcast and you like the way my podcast looks and you want your podcast to look like this, hit a DM. Hit me in the DM. Lock in. Hit me in the DM. Always available. This on. Yo, son, how did you find out about that that
event with
yeah. Cause I mean, well, you from Harlem, you should.
Yeah,
it's small.
Yeah, I found out about it. Like somebody sent it to me and was like, "Yo, I be seeing you with the glasses. You got to go to that."
Oh yeah. I could see that.
Yeah, because the security dude was like, Yo, somebody told me about you. And I was like, how do you know about me? And he was like, yo, you got the glasses, right? I was like, oh, okay. I said, I remember, because the guy who works at Corner Social is the one who told them about me. Yeah, so that's kind of like how it
networking.
Yeah, like it just.
I'm telling you, when you go in the room with those glasses, it's unstoppable. It's
it just happened out of nowhere. I just was like, oh shit, I guess I'm gonna go there.
Shoot. And like, all right, so out of curiosity, right? Mm-hmm. How much did those cost?
Well, I pay a subscription. It's $100 a month for me.
Okay.
Because these are the developer versions. Now the consumer versions, they haven't told us what the price is, but they gave us a range. It'll be somewhere between $500 to $700. Mm. Yeah, it would be in that range. It would be a little bit below the cost of the Ray-Ban.
Okay.
A little bit.
Yo, you know what's crazy? This is about to turn into like a race to the glasses.
Mm-hmm. Everybody.
Like this reminds me of when the iPhone came out.
Yep.
And it was like, oh, it's touchscreen?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Exactly.
And then everybody's eyes just lit up and everybody's like, oh, I want to get one. And then all of a sudden all these touchscreen phones are coming out. Mm-hmm. It's going to be like that. But I wonder now, is it going to be a case where one company just dominates and says, yo,
we don't think that's going to be the case, just with how things are shaping out right now. Mm-hmm. Like, it's going to be three companies. It's going to be Snap, Meta, Apple, and maybe Google. We don't know about Google because, NVIDIA, but NVIDIA is not going to make the glasses. They're going to be more so on the hardware side, doing the support. But Google,
they tried it.
They tried it years ago, but the problem they ran into, they were just too early to it, and the use cases were limited, super limited. Like you couldn't do nothing with them. They were just like cameras.
Cameras with glasses.
Yeah, they were just cameras in your glasses.
There was another company around that time, or a little bit. It came out a little bit after, probably like 2010, 2011. They were called MyView. I don't know if you
MyView.
Yeah, you ever heard of them?
Yeah, they got acquired.
They got acquired. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember MyView because I was like, everybody was looking like the iPhones and a lot. It was sold in a place where it was sold at Macy's actually. Yep. It was like a little vending machine, and they had all sorts of other stuff. It was like, I was like, yo, I want that right there. Yep. I was like, I want that one, and I'm like, yo. I remember getting it. And I'm like, wow.
They took what they did, and funny thing, Google acquired them.
Took this
and then they just shelved it.
Oh, big fish eat little fish.
Yeah, that's one thing they did. They paid them. I don't know what exactly the number was.
Yeah,
but they just paid them, shelved the product, and just made sure it never saw the light of day again.
That's how you kill a competition.
Yeah, that's how you.
That's not even like, oh, I want to figure out what you guys are doing. Now it's more something like,
Yep. That's what just happened. That's what just happened with. I mean, most AI startups now are just that.
Yeah.
They just pay you just to get out of the way. I mean, that's fine for the entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But
it's a quick buck.
It's a quick buck, but like, it's honestly, it's made it difficult for anyone else after them, any other AI startup to get in, really, because they've acquired. Because mind you, it could have been everyone's like, well, they did something spectacular. I'm like, I mean, it could have been any company, honestly.
Yeah.
Any startup
could have done it.
Could have done it. I mean, they could have acquired them. The only thing is they just found them first. That's the only difference. Because Meta, mind you, Meta Snap, they put money towards just people specifically going to look for startups to acquire.
Of course.
That's it. That's the way they do.
That's some crazy tactics in business, man.
Yeah.
That's like some real wolf shit.
Snap did it with this company called NextMind. This was during the
NextMind. Hold up, I heard that.
Yep.
Wow.
Brain computer interface.
Yeah.
They I still got that one in my apartment.
Wow.
And we found out, like, because they wanted us to develop for them.
Yeah.
And we found out Snap acquired them, and they said, yeah, we're discontinuing it. And I was just like,
that's strange. This
is
like high end stuff. Like,
yeah, I'm like, mind you, this is within 4 months of within 4 months, and we're like, all right, so what does that mean for everybody else? They're like, you got to talk to Snap. Wow. And Snap, after they acquired them, we never saw the product again. The software SDK went away. Everything.
Wow.
Everything just went right to GitHub, and then now
crazy.
And then now people are still building for it, but the only thing people are doing is just taking bits and pieces of the code
and then adding
it and making it their own.
Yo, that's actually kind of scary. It's like, yo, if I come up with a good idea, well, not really. You don't. That's actually a good thing, because if I come up with a really good idea on a software and that actually makes sense and you know, it blends nice with the hardware,
they'll acquire it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna ask a huge amount, bro.
Yeah, like the one that's viral right now. It's called a bot, Clawbot.
Clawbot, yes, okay.
Clawbot.
I seen that.
Like that one there. Mind you, that guy was losing money.
Of course.
That guy was.
Because look how much money he's spending just on that.
Mind you, his server bill.
Yeah.
His server bill alone in a given month is like somewhere around $75,000 a month or something like that. Because so many people are using it.
Yeah.
And he's running out of money. Meta came in, had to acquire him, and he was like, man, that's a relief, because I was basically gonna go bankrupt. Like,
so did they know? They probably didn't know.
They didn't know.
That's stuff you got to keep on the low.
They acquired him. They basically acquired him. And they basically gave him a job.
Damn. So he's still working.
He's still working. Yeah.
But the bills ain't on his back.
The bills are down on his back now.
Ah. Okay. Yeah. Nah, that's crazy. Now you got me thinking. You know, it's funny. I met another person that has a product. It's a mirror. And
I know him. He creates.
Yes. No, he creates.
No, that's his Instagram.
I don't know. His Instagram was Oma Mirrors.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know him.
You met him?
I know.
You know him, and I'm like, yo, bro.
Yeah, my ex sent me, because she wanted me to talk to him about getting some money to raise.
Okay.
And I like the idea. I really do.
I like the idea, but I can't. You see, that's a product. If you ask me, that's the consumer base is females.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he has a tech mind.
Yep.
And you really need a female to position that product. And I remember speaking to him. I sat down with him because I was like, yo, listen, I like it. I like where you're going, but you need a female in here, bro.
Yeah, you do. You
know, and I told him, I was like, yo, listen, I'm not like some venture capitalist. I'm not here to gut your company.
Yeah.
The last thing, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who's gonna come here, they're gonna just grab what you got. Yep. I'm not trying to do that.
Yep.
I believe in fairness, and I also believe, I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice. You need a female to kind of guide this. Because she's gonna, what a female is gonna do with a product like that, she's gonna say, okay, well, what can I use it for? Because remind you, as most men, we're not sitting. I could be mistaken. Don't take this the wrong way. Most men aren't sitting doing makeup.
Yeah, they're not
on themselves.
No, they're not.
In the mirror.
Yeah.
Most time we go to move.
Yeah, and then we move.
And then we moving. So I'm like, you need someone that's more connected to the product. You know, you get that, and then you're good to go. You know what I mean?
And I know when I spoke with him about raising money, I was like saying, because the amount first of all, the amount he asked for, I thought was too small considering where the product was. I was like, I can't go to a venture cap, even an early stage venture capital fund, not go there with at least $250,000.
Yeah,
like a $250,000 ask.
Yeah.
Now they'll look at, because the first thing they're gonna ask is, he needs $75,000. What does he need the $75,000 for?
Yeah.
And they're like, $75,000. So is this operating expenses, or is this like, if it's going to operating expenses, how do I get my money back?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and then, you know, it's funny, the next thing with that product, since you said about 75,000, now this goes back to who is it targeted to, right? Because they're going to ask you that as well. Because, you know, a venture might look and say, that's B2B.
Yep. You've already made it specific for a category, for another category. So now the market has gotten smaller and smaller the more you have catered it to specifically for women. And the first thing they're going to say is that, man, like, you're building for a category within a category.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
Yeah, like, so how, you know,
it's funny, I was looking at it, I'm like, damn, like, and this is why I like people who make products, because it's like, you know, you go through the barons, and then it's like, you can't really quit, because you're so far in. It's like, you can't even go back, and I'm like, damn, bro, I wish I knew you when you were in these early phases.
Yep.
Because, you know, I'm not looking for anything, but I just want to see people grow. I could have just went here, talk to him, talk to this guy, and that's why it's important to network, bro. It's important to network and meet people, you know, and especially people that make products. I like products, man. Like the glasses, I'm just like, yo. Yeah. You know, that's crazy, man. Sure. Small world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, okay, so welcome to the Dreamaker Podcast, where I make your dreams come true. We just had a little chat. That's probably going to be BTS. Look at that. You didn't even know it was recording. We didn't even know it was recording. But, damn, it's a small world.
I know. Yeah.
You know what it is? And I'm not making this a black or white thing, but I don't really see a lot of people that look like us in the tech sector. I'll say that.
I know. You know, even our group in the AR and VR community, like it's rather small.
Yeah.
Like we were just at MIT Reality Hack, the big hackathon at MIT, and I look around, it's all of us in a group, and it's about 15 of us. We're all roomed in the same house.
A lot of salt, just a little bit of pepper.
Yeah, just a little bit of pepper. Yeah. There's a lot of us, and you know, but so many of us are working at big companies. So many of them are working in big companies. I mean, I work for myself, but these guys work for
Big Six.
Work for the Big Six. So it's amazing seeing so many of them, but you don't get to see their faces too much because they're not like
front line,
behind
the scenes.
Know what I mean? They're mostly behind the scenes.
You know what's crazy? It's like, you know, I look at that and I try to encourage people, yo, go into STEM.
Yeah.
Yo, go into STEM. But you know why it's intimidating?
Yep.
It's intimidating because it involves math.
Really, honestly, it's like, Honestly, now we have gotten to the point now where math is always going to be universal, obviously, but you don't really need to have that strong of a math background just to even be in tech.
That is
like, they're more so now. Like, if I put it to you this way, they taught us this. They taught us this when I first got into it. If I have a tech guy and he doesn't know business, we'll go teach him business. If I have a business person, I need to teach him tech. It's going to be a lot more difficult for me to teach him because the basic things of math, science, all those things. He's already stuck more in a business mind. Yeah. But for him to be able to sell something, he has to understand the tech side of it. Yeah. At least it can't just be at the surface level. Yeah. You know, like they always tell us that. Like, if you know tech, I'll teach you business. If I teach you business and then I have to teach you tech, it's going to be a lot more difficult hill to climb.
You know, it's funny. I feel like you got to be in business and tech and to walk that line. It's a difficult line unless you got like You gotta have like a I'll say this. You gotta have like not necessarily a software background, but if you understand the basics, the basics can take you really far.
They can,
because it's just a building block. Right? It is. Like not everybody's gonna be a programmer.
Definitely we're not asking. No, believe me, it's almost too many.
It's way too many.
It's way too many.
The pot is too full. So I mean, but there's still money if you want to be a programmer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like I look at it like this. I started touching computers 1990, 1992, 93, 94, 95. You know, I started in that era.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate enough, like you, to watch it grow.
Yeah.
Right? So I got a pretty strong building block.
Yeah.
You know? But now, the people growing up now is just like, they just look at it. I'm not saying they don't appreciate it, but it's just like they look at it and go, ha!
Yeah, because
why do I need to know this?
Yeah, because they have AI. Because they have AI now.
Yeah, and it's funny. I was talking about that the other day too. AI, man, like, you know, how does AI integrate with the augmented glasses? How will that look?
Well, artificial intelligence is super important in augmented reality for this one simple thing is that augmented reality puts a face to AI that AI doesn't have right now. Meaning from the standpoint of when us in augmented reality with the glasses on, you're gonna have an AI that's virtually in front of you that you're gonna be able to talk to. You're gonna like and understand your habits, understand your patterns, all those things. It basically just puts a face to AI that it doesn't have right now. Because right now you're just talking to a bot on a screen. It doesn't have a personality. It doesn't it's pretty much kind of being like a yes man for you. Like it doesn't tell you when you're wrong, all of that. With augmented reality, they're bridging that gap where now you could take artificial intelligence and put it in a virtual environment and your glasses that you're able to talk. You're able to talk with, almost like having like a companion on a day to day, like you see in sci-fi movies.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Just like on Star Wars.
Yeah, Megan 2.0.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I would say for us, most of the apps that have succeeded in the glasses are all AI based. All of them.
That makes sense.
Like there's no app which they think apps is going to go away, but it's going to basically turn it from apps to agents. Besides an app, you're going to be talking to an agent that needs to do something. Because right now with AI, when people use AI, they kind of use it as a chatbot. It's not really doing anything. See, with augmented reality, when they put AI and augmented reality together, this is going to be AI that actually executes something in your glasses. So,
so it's like basically AI is the brain.
Yep.
And now with the brain, now it has eyes.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
So before you know it, we're going to give it a head, legs, arms.
Everything.
So even just it's funny, the concept of apps are, not that they're going to be over, but they're going to be guaranteed associated with an AI.
Yep.
With an agent AI. Which makes sense now.
Every company now is revamping their whole interface, particularly where it's all done through AI. Because now you see with Uber, maybe not Uber, but a little bit of Uber, but more so Airbnb. Airbnb is one that's already kind of implemented AI as the interface for their app, and they haven't moved to glasses yet, but they are. But I wouldn't really surprise me if they started moving in that direction. Wow. Because now besides them having to scroll on the phone and look up a listing, they're able to put their glasses on and say, hey, I'm going to be staying in such and such city. Give me the best listing based on this price range, and it'll put it right on your map in your glasses. It'll say it's here on this street, blah blah blah, all of that, and then that's the interface.
It's basically Iron Man.
Exactly.
Iron Man without the full iron.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And the company that got acquired, I know everybody remembers this, the Pokemon Go era.
Yes.
The company Niantic. Niantic sold the location data that they got from the Pokemon Go game.
Oh, that was actually really smart.
Yep. To Magic Leap. Magic Leap, sorry, not Magic Leap. The company Dubai Investment Authority. They sold it to Dubai Investment Authority because they're trying to use that data to map the world for augmented reality. So those applications, like I'm talking about, where with Airbnb you're able to get a list and write in your glasses and visually see it, like a Google Maps. That's where that data comes in, and that's probably one of the most. It's the biggest acquisition to me, based on the importance.
Yeah,
I mean the dollar figure is good, but the importance of it. That's a big step in the right direction. Big step in the right direction.
Because that's almost like, and I can't even say this because Google has glasses or shades, but like that's like Google saying we're going to use our maps, and then map out everywhere in the world. That's crazy.
And by the way, companies like Tesla, and the biggest opportunity right now, I say augmented reality, is for self-driving cars. One, definitely anything in the real estate space. Definitely anything in the healthcare space. The reason why I say self-driving cars, and this is why, because how many times, and I'm pretty sure people don't know where this is, but like in Suffolk, Virginia, where my family's from, it's in a country back road. No, not really. No stop signs. No, like it's not
country bar.
Yeah, right. It's in the woods. You know, how many self-driving cars you think drive down that road? Little to none. So what they're doing is that they don't. Their cars aren't able to get the data for those roads. Meaning like any changes to it. Meaning like if they're doing construction on this inlet, if this house is no longer there, or vice versa. What they're doing is they're using people who have the glasses to be, when they're in their car, to say, oh, this is what when they ride down this road, this is what it looks like. So I'll know that when I have a self-driving car or self-driving mode, it'll know to turn this way on this road, on this back road. Okay. That's the opportunity right there, because there's so much data that they don't capture that you can't just get from Google Maps. Like, it's much easier to get that data from someone who is actually riding down that road every day, or someone
because it's real time.
Because it's real time.
You know, that moves into another thing when we speak about data and privacy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're more the person that asks this than I am. Is privacy over?
I don't want to say it's over, but I would say that you don't have the same privacy as you had before. You don't have it, because I think people are now more open to letting the world know more so about their daily habits or what their day-to-day is, because most of that data to the average everyday person doesn't mean anything to them for the most part.
But it means so much.
But it means so much to the bigger companies, because they know what to sell you. They know what they know what your habits are. Like, that's the reason why you have ads.
Yeah.
You have ads that come to you that you don't even that you think, like, man, I just thought about that, and bam, the ad just comes up.
Now, question: does that mean that their predictive analytics is working like really good, or does that mean that they're using that audio mic to listen? I feel a lawsuit coming.
I think. What's the best way to say this? I would say that yes and no. I would say certain companies have already been flagged about that.
Yes.
From like using using audio recording that's on devices to know what to sell you, which honestly there wasn't a law in place on it until now. And because they've been doing it for so long, it's been so difficult for them to kind of clean it up. Because now think about it. You have, after years of making so much from it, now you have to revamp all your policies around it, which changes your business model.
Yeah, and you may even be out of business.
You may even be out of business. So, I mean, there's gonna be a few bad apples that's gonna still do it. You know, and in their sneaky ways.
Yeah.
But I think privacy, to answer your question, I think privacy to a certain degree is over, but also I say that the data, it's really up to the person of whether this data really means anything to them.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, I think a lot of people don't realize what it does mean.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to hand it over.
Easy to just.
And it's like, you know, I look at that and I'm like, you know, we're in the age of AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of was already in the age of AI, but we don't really.
We just didn't know it.
We just didn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, the next 20 years is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Like, I'm excited for the next 20 years because I know what I want to do with it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But also, you know, there's pros and cons to that. You know,
absolutely.
I can also imagine what somebody else can do with it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I remember when the concept of cryptocurrency started floating around.
Mm-hmm.
It was initially made, and then what happened is, you know, the cartels and, you know, certain dirty businesses, you know, want to point no fingers on names. They used it to, you know, leverage it and move their funds.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we have AI,
mm-hmm.
and AI is here, you know,
mm-hmm.
not everybody's going to use it for good things.
Right.
I'm curious to know, if you have a concept, not floating this around, what will it possibly be used for when it comes to the negative things? People always be people.
I mean, people will always be people, and we've already seen this done before. Mm-hmm. People are using it to, you know, like to clone people's voices to like admit to crimes that they didn't particularly commit.
Oh shoot.
You know,
not that I didn't know that, but I didn't think like that.
People are doing that. Uh-huh. People are using it as a way to sell certain products to people, masquerading as someone that they may trust. Like people have done that. People have done that recently. Mm-hmm. And as well, one that I'm really leery of, and this is the reason why I thought banking really needs to. They have dropped the ball in terms of changing it.
Yes, the banking industry is heavily behind.
Yeah.
Everything has started their IOTT phase.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And the banking is just like
and it's like years and years. Like it's years behind because they haven't accepted the fact that not the generation prior to us, but this current our generation and the generation after us have embraced it, where we don't have to walk into a bank to trust that the bank has our money. Yeah. That's what I think that people aren't getting, is that when you go on, like, people now just want to do 100% online, don't talk to nobody. They're just like, I'll get on the phone with somebody and you know, I'll know whether this money is in my account or not, or this transaction was this. Yeah. But banking has made it now where, yes, you have embraced online, but you haven't put the controls in place to make sure it's still running well, it's still fair, for one. Particularly when particularly people now want to get a loan. Yeah. Now everybody is applying for a loan online. They don't actually physically have to even go to a bank to even start the process. Yeah. It's just behind on the time. It's just behind on the time. I think they'll shape it up. But the way they'll shape it up is usually by acquiring. Banking, like most big companies, they don't build they acquire. They don't build a solution to their problem.
Somebody else
They acquire the solution to solve the problem.
And then they integrate it.
And I think they integrate it. And I think for one, that's very smart, but also that could be very different. Like, that could be very different because you're integrating something that was in most likely a pretty small company into a big company.
And so you're scaling it fast.
And you're scaling it super fast. It may not be good enough to scale that fast. Because think about it, now you have to educate the customer. Now you have now you have to change all of that legacy software that you had already.
Oh man, that's a mess.
Which is already a mess because why you think there's so many fraud cases?
Yeah.
Because most of the fraud cases isn't just because of the individual. It's because you're using legacy software that's really old.
Yeah. Oh shoot. You know what's funny? I never thought about that. I never thought about that. That's actually pretty scary. You know what I thought about with what you said with the voices? Like, I can see somebody taking Steve Harvey's voice.
Yep.
And then reaching out to like the elderly, because you know they watch.
Yeah, because that's what
they watch. And they go, hey, you just want X, Y, Z. Yeah. I'm Steve Harvey. What's your name again? And then they're having a full-blown conversation, and they really believe in that.
Yep.
Wow. Don't take note of that, guys. Like, I'm like, yo, because that's doable.
It is.
His voice is constantly on. Mm-hmm. So you can literally just record it and, wow. Mm-hmm. That's probably already being done and we don't even know.
Absolutely.
Wow. Mm. So now, you know, I talk about this in my little friend group, my little group chat. We talk about the AI and, you know, the concept of Terminator and, you know. I'm not saying it'll go to that.
Yeah.
But how far...
There's a whole lot of things that need to happen before we get to that.
Yeah. Like, it's artificial intelligence, but do you ever see it get into a point where it's independent? No,
I don't. Because, okay, the holy grail of artificial intelligence is artificial general intelligence, AGI. Is it really general intelligence if it's learning data from us? Is it really intelligence?
Shared intelligence.
It's shared intelligence. So you still need the human element in there at some point. Now, if you feel like it, I think it'll be as independent as a teenager leaving home for the first time and going living life. That's as independent as I think it'll be. It'll bump its head enough times to where then it'll learn its lesson, or maybe it won't learn its lesson. Now the negative part is that a lot of us, as we know, we left home and we made mistakes. The same way, you see what I mean?
So this could go left or right.
This could go left or right. But I think in terms of your question, getting into a level of like Terminator. First of all, we don't build robots that well.
That's true.
We don't build robots that well in this country. And I mean, because mind you, most robots in terms of like dexterity, being able to move in tight spaces, actually being light enough to even walk on the street. Because right now, if you were to put a robot on the street right now in New York, it would destroy so much infrastructure. The cost would be astronomical. It wouldn't be feasible. And as well, mind you, we can't get the Terminator with large language models. Large language models like ChatGPT, Claude, all of that. You can't get there with that.
The way bigger.
The way you're gonna get there is with world models. World models is what they're doing with the glasses right now. Meaning from the standpoint of understanding its surroundings. Right now, a robot isn't even smarter than a housefly. It can't it doesn't know that this is a 1, this is a 2.
It's still ones and zeros.
It's still ones and zeros.
Okay.
There's use cases that prove that wrong. Yeah. But that's far in between.
Okay.
You know, so I think we'll get to that point, but I think we're still far away.
All right, guys, we got another 30, 40 years before this.
Yeah. And speaking of robots, to that point is that yes, Tesla has premiered their robotics, which is going to be a pretty big business. There was a business, the ones who made they automated the vacuum cleaner. They automated the vacuum.
Oh yeah, that moves around.
Yeah, that moves around.
Okay,
yeah, automated.
Yeah.
See, now that kind of use case. That's where robots is really going to be strong currently. Yeah. Currently, right now.
Yeah, because to move stuff around.
Right, to move stuff around, and I mean they're using it to move. They're using it to move infrastructure, but it's still going to be the human element. Now, I think jobs, in terms of jobs for robotics is going to open up jobs. I mean, you need maintenance. That's one job. Another job right now is actually managing a robotic system. Really, from the standpoint of knowing being its eyes to say you're doing this wrong, or this is coming, or an object is coming towards you. Move to your right, move to your left. You still they're going to be treating robots like you're driving a car.
That's why you said you could see it more on the driving the car phase. So we're far away from androids, guys.
Yeah, we're far away from it.
Thank God.
Yeah. We don't build robots good enough yet to be able to do that. I'm not saying we won't be, but currently today they don't have the dexterity or the ability to move in tight spaces like we do to be for it to scale. It can't. They're not even custom. They're not even ready to be customer facing yet.
Oh wow, yeah, I see that.
People have tried it. People have tried it, and it has been a huge fail so far because it's just not
there yet.
It's not there yet.
There's a lot of other missing
People
pieces.
just don't trust it. People just don't trust it enough to where yes, a robot could flip my burger or could make my food,
but flip my burger the wrong way.
Yeah, flip my burger the wrong way, or it could actually cook it the wrong way.
Yeah,
there's so many things that the human element is in there that robots can't replace yet.
So I'm even going to push that back 50 years. I'm probably going to say 100. What I do think, what I could see, you see, like you said, driving elements. So I could see driving. I could see drones. You know, I could see that. But an actual physical robot grabbing stuff and going. Yeah, we're not there yet. Okay. So now, back to these glasses.
Yes, sir.
These are in the development phase?
Yes, these are the Snap Spectacle augmented reality glasses.
There we go. All right. I gotta make sure make sure. There you go.
Yes, these are the Snap Spectacle augmented reality glasses made by Snapchat. These have been out in the developer phase for about 2 years. I built several applications for them. I built a nightclub. I built an AI shopping app on there. Among a lot of other apps in my portfolio, but yeah, like these are the closest to real augmented reality glasses that you hear about, like on your favorite sci-fi movie.
You know what's crazy? You know, when I first seen it, I was like, "Yo, that's kind of bulky," but now I'm looking at it, it's not that bad. It's actually, it has a nice, a nice shape to it. And it's, you know what's funny about it? It's like you're in your own little world with that. When I met you, because this is one of two.
Yeah.
When I met you, I was like, everybody was else in the room doing their thing. I'm like, yo, what's that? I'm like, yo, what is that? What is that? I'm like, nah, I need to see that. And ever since I seen those, it's been in my head all day, all the time. I'm like, man. I'm like, yo, you know what's funny? Because I've seen, the glasses going somewhere. Like, I have very good intuition. I have amazing foresight. So once I've seen, not necessarily that, but I've seen the meta shades, and I've been talking about it from before, since when Google had their glasses. I'm like, yo, this is going to be the new phone. Yep. And then when I seen you with it, I was like, oh, we're here. Like, you don't need nothing else. Yep. Like, wow.
Yeah.
So you basically make the back-end software. You build out.
Yeah.
What real cases as far as like day-to-day things would someone use that for?
Well, the day-to-day use cases, I would say you could revolve it around the 3 apps that all of us are using on a day-to-day basis: Cash App, DoorDash, and maybe Lyft or Uber. Right now, those are the biggest use cases right now because. Right now, what I've seen you can do is you can actually buy products, sell products directly in the glasses, the same way you would use them on Amazon. We're even working on a way to be able to send money virtually in the glasses.
Okay.
Payment operators have now started to integrate it to augmented reality glasses because companies like Stripe, PayPal, all of them are starting to embrace it. Now that this is going to be the next medium. So the day-to-day use cases varies, but I would say that they really revolve around the things that you rely on a day-to-day basis: sending money, buying and selling products, ordering your food, or also as well, even just answering phone calls. I don't have to pull my phone out anymore to answer a phone call.
You just pick it up like that?
I just pick it up just like this. And mind you, we've kind of been the generation where the cell phone, because of social media, the cell phone was kind of already being phased out by social media. Let me tell you why. What's the first thing kids ask for now? They don't ask for your phone number. They ask for your Instagram.
Yeah, they ask for your handle.
That's for your handle.
Yeah.
And and from there,
you don't even call people.
Right, you don't even call people anymore. And if you call somebody, you just call them on Instagram.
Yeah.
See, with Snapchat, you can actually have a conversation with somebody, call them right directly in your glasses, and it could be through their Snap. Well, obviously on here they're gonna use it through Snapchat, so you can contact somebody through Snapchat. But companies like Instagram, Facebook, they're gonna start integrating this directly into the glasses. So I would say, just to summarize it, all the use cases are going to be directly around the day-to-day apps that you rely on every day. And it's a window of opportunity to create that, because there hasn't been a winner yet in those spaces yet to build the next DoorDash, the next Airbnb, Cash App for augmented reality glasses.
I'm wondering now. So it's going to be basically a race to the spectacles.
Yes. Between them and when Meta comes out with, I don't know, I'm pretty sure everyone hasn't seen it yet, but the Meta Orion glasses. The Meta Orion glasses, they premiered at their last conference. No, that's
after that.
This is after the Ray-Bans. The Meta Orion glasses, I would say look it up, look at Meta Orion and look at the glasses. They're similar to these, but they're lighter. But the problem is you have to actually have a wristband to use it.
I guess because it's more integrated with.
Yeah, it's more integrated through brain-computer interface.
Wow. So skin to skin like this.
Yep.
You know what's crazy about that? This reminds me. You're gonna know what I'm talking about. When iPhone came out, there was a whole bunch of touchscreens. Right?
Yep.
There was a whole bunch of touchscreens, and iPhone was the only touchscreen.
Yep.
That was heat sensitive.
Yep.
So basically, you grab every other phone, you could touch it with damn near anything. Yeah. Right? You could touch it with a bottle, you could touch it with whatever.
Yeah.
And then I remember grabbing an iPhone, I'm like, where's my stylus? I'm like, yo.
Yeah, you can't.
This is not work. They're forcing you to use your fingers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, same thing with this.
Yeah,
yo, that's crazy.
It's all hair tracking.
Wow. Because, I was wondering that too. I'm like, yo, how is he moving this around?
Yeah.
Like even when you move it, is it sensing where your hand is?
Yeah, because the front cameras here on the glasses right here track my hands. It'll know how far my hands is away from my face and vice versa.
Oh, so that camera tracks distance as well.
Yep, tracks distance. Wow. But the only thing, and I'm pretty sure they're working on this. Is the field of view, meaning when you turn. The field of view of the virtual content. The virtual content field of view is still like a window, or like a window size, but they're going to make it where it's going to be a much wider view. So you can start placing virtual content further away from you.
Okay.
Right now we have to hard code a lot of that ourselves.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but actually it's kind of good. It's kind of good, to be honest, because now it kind of increases what we
control.
Control and what we can make, because other glasses out there didn't really give us the opportunity to do that, because the field of view was so small, but also the hand tracking wasn't as good as these.
Question. Now, since you're in this field,
yep,
where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I see my company ExactXR as the leading app platform for augmented reality glasses. Okay. Our goal is to be the Niantic, the ByteDance, the Tencent, the Matchgroup.com of augmented reality glasses, where we build the apps that people have to rely on an everyday basis. That's really our goal. I believe in 5 years we'll be able to reach that.
You know what's funny? We talk about acquisitions, right? And I want to pitch this to you only because at the end of the day, this is your livelihood. This is your business.
Yes, sir.
If one of the big six came to you right now, right?
Yeah.
And say, yo, listen, we like what you're doing. We would like to acquire this from you. And they offer you $3 million.
Okay.
Would you take it?
Yes. I'll tell you why. I would do that because that would open a window of where I can still continue to do what I do,
But grow. Okay.
Yeah, because I would like to give this advice to people, the people that are in the tech space, who feel like when you sell something to a big company, you're selling out. No, you're selling up. There's a reason why you're selling up, because people say, well, if they offer me 3, they can give me 10. Well, they didn't have to offer you 3. You know.
Yes, which tells you you're headed in the right direction.
Yeah. So you know, I always say, think about it like this. They gave me $3 million for the hard work that I put in for this app or this product or whatever it may be. It allows me to take that capital and reinvest it into something else I want to do for me to go do whatever I want. Now, if you don't want to do work anymore, that's completely fine too. But if you still want to stay in the game, it gives you more money to stay in the game. Because right now, companies, yes, are acquiring a lot of tech startups, but also giving a second life to the tech startup founders, because now they're like, I did it once. Now let me go do it again.
That's a lot of, that'll put the battery in back. Yeah, that'll definitely put the battery in back. That's an interesting way to look at it. That's a very interesting way to look at it, because I look at it like this too. Like, now that you said that, you know, a lot of times people think you're one-faceted in business, right? If you, I don't know, for example, like you make the apps, you make the software behind it. They think that's all you do.
Yep.
Right? They're not thinking, you know, he's interested in X, Y, Z. There's other, he's interested in audio and converting that and how that works. Yep. You know, so yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
I'll give an example of a founder that I've met. He founded the payment platform. I can't remember. We met like randomly. Yeah. The payment platform. It wasn't WhatsApp. It was I can't remember the name. But it was a payment platform that came out around in the 2000s, early 2000s.
Bill Me Later.
Not Bill Me Later.
Am I close?
You're close. It was like in the 2000 era. I met him randomly.
Square?
No, it wasn't Square.
Is it close?
It's close. But yeah, I met him randomly, and he was saying I sold my startup for XYZ amount of money. The only reason why I made it because I just wanted to be able to send money to my country, and he sold it. Now he, like you talking about multifaceted. He sold it. He moved on and built another app. He built another app, but most of his time is in music and art. So he was able to take that capital and be able to put it more so into his other interests. So that's the reason why you say being multifaceted. I think a lot of times people pigeonhole themselves of saying they only need to do this one thing, but you need to do that. You need to get good at that one thing first to do everything else.
All right, now that leads into the next question. Let's say you sold, right? Yeah. And then you're not out of the game, but now you have capital.
Yep.
What's the next move you would take that a lot of people wouldn't expect?
Well, me, I want to stay in tech to a certain degree, but
I'll help you out with this, right?
Yeah.
What is the next area you would want to touch or you can see that has crazy amounts of potential?
Robotics was one. But the next one really would be hologram technology. Hologram technology, because the reason why I say that, because I'm trying to get it from the next step of glasses and contact lenses to where the actual technology lives in the infrastructure around you. Meaning,
so you don't need the glasses.
You don't need the glasses.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Time out. So you just, for the people who don't know, what he just did, right? He just gave you a scope into the future. Take notes.
Yeah.
Because while we're on these glasses, he's already saying, I want to put the glasses down.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to, the goal really is to start putting it where it's in your environment. I mean, from the standpoint of, if I'm walking down the street and I need to call up like a virtual hologram, I can call and boom, the hologram's right in front of me. And I've seen the technology through a research paper, but where they where they couldn't get it to was that, I'll put it to this way. I read the scientific research paper, and I figured it out, and I thought, oh, this is going to take capital to do, but I understand where they're going. Yeah, like where they're going and where they're struggling with. Most technology, and this is just some advice for people, is that most technology that you see, all is born in a research lab. That's the reason why I say get your hand on some scientific research papers. Excuse me. Get your hand on some scientific research papers and really just start studying those, because these guys know how to build it. They don't know how to make it to a product. They don't know how to get it into the market.
You know, it's funny. I had an industrial engineer in here the other day, and it was kind of the same thing. Like she knows how to build, but just her brain is not the idea. She's like, okay, I can build it. If I go, yo, can you build a generator? Yeah, I can build a generator. But she's not thinking to build a generator. So there's a
fine line between them.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you say that. So now I realize what I gotta do. I gotta get some engineers. I gotta get some tech guys. I gotta get some business guys. Yeah, because there's products that I would love to make, or at least pitch. At least pitch, man.
Yes, sir.
It was a pleasure having you here. I want to say that.
Absolutely.
You know what the crazy part is? And I think I remember saying this to you. A lot of people focus mainly on, you know, the things that they think are cool, right? And a lot of times they don't have the foresight to see, like, yo, you need to focus on things over here because this is cool as well.
Yes, sir.
You know, and the thing I'm noticing, and I always say this, we need to get into STEM.
Yes.
I need my people to get into STEM because there's a lot of stuff that you guys touch that involves STEM. And, you know, STEM not necessarily is always, you know, the techie stuff. Engineers do STEM. Plumbers, that's STEM.
Plumbers is STEM.
Electricians, that's STEM. Carpenters, that's STEM. You know,
in the AI age, you're going to need a lot of electricians.
A lot. You know, and I encourage most people to get into that field, get into electrician and, you know, plumber. You can start at entry level like that, but grow. You know what I mean? Here we got you here. Now we got Rex here, by the way, for those of you who don't know. And you in this field, and I want to see you do well in this field.
Thank you.
You know, if there's any way I can support you, I definitely will, man. Because, like, I like to see this. This is what we should be talking about. You know, the future. You know what I mean? A lot of people get stuck in the past. Talking about the future is crazy because now you just gave me an idea that I'm going to speak about. You gave me a whole idea for other podcasts. I'm like, yo, listen. You guys worry about the glasses. I'm worried about the world.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, sir.
You know, so with that being said, it was a pleasure having you here. Thank you. Thank you for coming to the Dreamaker Podcast. And we will have you here again. And this time when you come here, you're going to have your brother.
Brooklyn, no sleep.
Dreamaker Podcast.